Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and in this episode we are back with some BeyondATC Beam EyeTracker, and we are flying the PMDG 737 from Phoenix to Los Angeles, California. Stick around, folks! If you are interested in any of my tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, or simply interested in supporting the channel, consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides as well as any future guides that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below. All right, pilots, so we have quite a few things going on here today. We are using, as you guys can see, a WinWing setup here. We have the WinWing PAP 3 or autopilot panel with the mag switch attached for the auto throttle. This is a magnetic switch that holds through a magnetized energizer that holds the auto throttle position into the right spot. Now what that is, my understanding is the way it's supposed to work, we're going to see this for the first time today, guys, is that it holds into place very, very strong now. But my understanding is that when you disconnect the auto throttle electronically, like through the throttle, it should, if I'm not mistaken, I could be completely full of crap here, but if I read it right, it should drop this down to the negative position. So we have the WinWing PAP 3, we have the WinWing FMS or CDU, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's got 100 different names, or the PFP 3 or flight panel. Why can I never say flight panel? I always say flight panel. Flight panel. I think that's the new word now. It's official terminology. It is now called a flight panel. Okay. Anyways. Now, unfortunately for the Bravo, we are using the Flight Sim Factory's Boeing set, but I lost my 737 detents! So this is the detent out of a 777. I thought about just flying the 777, and I was like, no, I want to fly Southwest. So anyway, that's what we're doing. A little hodgepodge on the throttle, but it'll work out for what we're doing here today, right? Right. Anyway, so the other thing that we are doing is we are also going to be using... Oops, hit the wrong button there. We are also going to be using Overkill's 737 tutorial guide for the PMDG 737, which can be purchased on Patreon. You can either subscribe and get all of my guides for $10, or you can purchase this one on its own via the shop button on my Patreon site. It does not require a subscription if you guys choose to do that, but we're going to be using most of this guide to walk through the steps of starting the aircraft. We're probably not going to do all the pre-flight stuff, the fire test, things like that, but they are included in the guide if you're interested, as well as the full flight and all flight plan data that is necessary to complete this flight is also inside of the guide. So let's get back to work here. And let's get our aircraft started up. So I'm going to get our guide to the correct pages here. Let's see, it's flight planning. There's the cockpit tour. There's the panels tour, breaking down the panels. PMDG setup. We've already done that. We've already set it. And now we are ready for the pre-flight. Now, unfortunately, yours truly did not set up my camera views, but that's all right. We're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. A lot of bouncing around here for a minute, but let's go ahead and start walking through this. So first thing we're going to do is get our battery turned on. Make sure standby power is in the auto. We're going to arm our emergency exit lights, and we're going to make sure the electric hydraulic pumps are off. There they are right there in the off position. We want to make sure ground power is turned on as it is available. You can see it's already set. And where are we at here? We also want to make sure, probably should have done this actually before flipping on electrical power, but you want to make sure that your wipers are in the off position as well. Where are my wipers? There they are. There's one, and I think it's just the one switch on this particular aircraft. Yes. Okay, and is it really just the one? Oh, left and right. Don't mention that they were side by side. Don't tell anybody, please, okay? You guys can tell it's been a while since I've been in the 737, which is why I'm using the guide and hopefully show you guys. I probably haven't flown this aircraft in the better part of a year. So, this should be a lot of fun. Either that or I'm going to look like a complete fool, which I normally do anyway, so enjoy it while you can. What can I say? All right, we want to make sure the landing gear handle is down. The other thing that I am seeing is ground power does not look like it's doing what it should be doing, because ground power isn't showing as available. Let's change that, shall we? So in order to do so, we're going to come down here to our FS Actions, Ground Services, Ground Power. It is not. Request. It dawned on me when I saw all of our screens were turned off. Hey, look, we got some ground power. There it is. Boop. Okay, systems have come online here. And now we're going to continue on with the rest of our checklist. Landing gear handle is down. We have 3 green flaps. Make sure that they are showing in the retracted position they are. The handle verifies as such. Keep on moving down through. This is where we get into the fire tests. We're going to skip that. We're going to get into our flight here, guys. Flight recorder, but we do want to set our alignment. So let's get that going. And we want both these bad boys set to the nav position. There we go. And I don't remember what I have my alignment set to, so let's check that, because I don't really want that to be at its default. I believe it is aircraft simulation. No. IRS options. There it is. 30 seconds. I can live with that. All right. Let's go back to menu. Oops. There we go. Cool. We'll get to the FMC here in just a second here. Let's keep on going. Fuel. Let's go ahead and see what we need for our fuel. You know what? And we are using also, obviously, Chase Plane. I need to update it. I haven't updated it in quite a while, so I do need to fix that. But let's go to main, and what we can do here is just select the Copilot view, and they've got everything already here, so I mean, there's very little that you need to do. But let's request our data from SimBrief here. Beautiful. I do love this aircraft. And here is our flight plan. Let's go ahead and find our block fuel. Block fuel, 11,650 pounds. Watch out. Now let's come on down here. We're going to use PMDG's setup here. We're going to go to fuel. It's just faster, in my opinion. And we want 11650. And we're going to drop that right in there. Okay. And let's clear the IRS information. And now let's see what we have left on our payload. We're also going to want that. So let's find the payload. There we go. Total payload 35.5. Let's see here. What we can do is I actually want 35.5 is going to be tons. I actually want actual weight. So let's see what our cargo is. Our cargo is 7.4. And passenger count is 148. So we have a full flight. 7.4 on the... What's 7.4 be? What is that going to be? 3.7? Right? 3.7 each. So let's go ahead and load 3.7. So we're going to go 3,700 pounds. It's an easy load. In the aft. There we go. All right. And that should get us to what we needed. We have our 3,700. That comes out to 7.4 on the cargo. And we have total passengers at 148. So we have a full flight today. And that is really all we need for right now. Let's keep on moving down through our guide here. And we are in the FMC programming. So let's get started. I will be sure to show you guys. See, how well are you guys seeing that, actually? Pretty well, huh? But you know what we can do? We can bump this up for you guys. And let's go back to our FMC, or our pad here, to see our information. And let's get on it. So FMC, looks like you guys can see that pretty good. A little bit of glare, not too bad. Nav data, added date, that's alright. We'll be okay. And position initialization. We're going to start there. Our reference airport is, we are in Phoenix. Gate, I'm not worried about. IRS position, let's go to the next page. We're going to copy GPS left. We're going to go to the previous page, and we're going to copy it here. There we go. There's our information. Let's move on to the route page. Route page, KPHX, pre-populated in the scratch pad. Throw that up, and our destination is Los Angeles, California. Our flight number is Southwest Airlines, and we are 2310 today. Drop that up here in the flight number. We can do the request flight plan But today we're probably just going to enter everything in ourselves because I just have more fun doing that. But let's go ahead and see where we're set to depart here. I know you guys can't see all this. I'm going to go ahead and zoom this back up actually. Okay, and let's see what we got. Let's find our routing information. There we go. So we are expected to depart on 2.5 right. Okay, and let's go to the next page. There we go. So let's find our departures and arrivals. We are departing from Phoenix, and we are expected to come off the Keynes 3 to Wolverine. So let's go next page. There's Keynes 2, and that's probably because the nav data is out of date, so we'll see how this works. Keynes 2, if not, we'll have to play around. Okay, so Keynes 2 isn't, or Keynes 3 isn't in here, and neither is Wolverine. So this is using old nav data. I do need to update it in the aircraft, but rather than skip that, luckily I have flown this route lots and lots of times. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to ditch Wolverine. Wolverine has basically been replaced Messy. So we're going to go to Messy, which will still get us where we want to go. We are departing off runway 25 right. Now we're going to go back to the route page. Okay, there we go. And from here we would be direct to Eastwood. So we're still going to keep that. So we're going to go Eastwood. And we're going to put it on the direct page. There we go, direct to Eastwood. And now we're back to the departures and arrivals. Departures and arrivals, arriving at KLAX, and we are select to come in on the Hollywood 1. So next page, we're going to come in the Hollywood 1. Eastwood is already our transition, so let's select that. And we are expected to come in on the ILS 24 right. So let's go next page. There's the ILS 24 right. And we're going to be using our CVU transition. Again, flown this route lots of times. Easy one to worry about. But you can find all of this if you go through the charts. And this exact flight, actually, in the guide, we come in out of Tucson. All this information is in there and how we acquired this. So we're going to go ahead and select route. Go to our next page. We don't have any discontinuities. Let's go ahead and activate. And I'm going to hit execute. Now we can go to the legs page. We're just going to double check everything. Looks great. All right, no discontinuities, no issues in the flight plan. We're ready to continue. All right, so let's go back to our initial reference page. And now, as long as we are loaded and fueled, which we are, we set that up already. Oops. Set our zero fuel weight. There it is. Our reserves on the fuel, if we go to our flight plan, go back up to the block fuel. Final reserves plus the alternate is 4.2. We'll go ahead and do 4. Well, yeah, we'll keep it at 4.2 actually. Cost index today, let's go to the top. Looking at cost index of 5. A little slower on the flight today. That's fine. Cruise altitude today, we're looking at 34,000 feet, so flight level 340. Perfect. And there it is. And now we can go ahead and hit execute. Unable 280 knots at Bruin. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on there. Let's go back to our legs page. Let's find Bruin. There's Bruin. 280 at 240 knots. And let's see what it's complaining about. So this is 240 knots at Hollywood. So let's go ahead and kick this down to 240. There we go. Execute. That should solve that problem. If we have any other issues, it should pop up on the screen. We'll deal with them as they arrive. Let's go back to our initial reference, back to our N1 limit. We're not going to use any D rate today. We're in Phoenix. They're getting the full blast of this 737. I don't care who I wake up. Going to our takeoff. We're going to do flaps 5. And let's set our V1's speeds. V2, 135. We're going to do 135 plus 10. Just gives us a little bit of a better takeoff rate. So let's throw that in the box. Now this moves right now. I'm going to make a mount system where this will sit very nice. I'm going to 3D print one. That STL will be available on my Patreon site once it's complete, but it's going to mount right on top of the Bravo, and I'm going to have it mount just like this. So if you guys are interested in following something similar, I know that you'd probably want the MCDU or the CDU on the other side. I know MCDU is Airbus, but this just works out well as a content creator. Obviously, one less camera I have to worry about. But anyway, there we go. And now let's go ahead, and I do want to look at the charts still, so I'm going to go ahead and launch Navigraph charts for just a moment, because I want to take a look at the Keynes 3 departure in this case, and just see what our initial altitude restriction is going to be. Well, you know what? We'll let BeyondATC tell us that. You know what? I'll ditch that. All right, so the first thing that we're going to want to do, obviously, at this point is get our... Let me see what I got going on here. Is to get our... ATIS information.
Conditions. Landing runways 25 left, 26. Departing runways 25 right, 26. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform. Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport information uniform. 2205 Zulu. Wind 230 at timer, gusts 15. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 42. Dew point -03. Altimeter 2963. VFR conditions. Landing runways 25 left, 26. Departing runways 25 right, 26. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform.
Okay, cool. Let me make sure I have the right microphone set up in this. I just thought about that. It's been a minute. Yep. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. Phoenix clearance, Southwest 2310, looking for IFR to Los Angeles as filed. And you can turn those chimes off.
Southwest 2310, Phoenix clearance, cleared to Los Angeles Airport. Keynes tree departure with the Wolverine transition, then as filed. Maintain 5000. Departure frequency 126.8. Squawk 56 for 2.
Cleared to Los Angeles via the Keynes 3 departure with the Wolverine transition, then as filed. Maintain 5000. Departure frequency 126.8. Squawk 5642 Southwest 2310. Thank you. Okay, so I'm a little...
Southwest 2310, read that correct. Contact ground 132.55 when ready for push or start.
32.55 when ready for push start. Southwest 2310, thank you. Okay, so I am a little worried. There is a bit of concern. Because since I have not updated my nav data, we could have a problem with the... flight route, because it wants me to go to Wolverine. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. Anyway, where am I? I need to set my transponder. That's what I was doing. 5642. And let's make sure that we are... Okay. We're good. So that could be interesting. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens with that. Okay, so where are we? I think now we are ready for the rest of our guide. Let's keep flying. Okay, so we've done all of our FMC programming. That's all complete. We've gotten our clearance. Pre-start overhead flow is what we're looking at now. So let's go to the overhead panel. There we go. And let's just move you over here for right now, and we can do this. And let's do that for now. Okay, so working through, we have yaw damper gets turned on. Navigation panel is all normal. Displays are normal. Crossfeed, we're not going to worry about the crossfeed tests, but again, that's all in the guide. Galley power is on. And let's see here. Wipers are in park. Panel lights as required. Equipment cooling is in norm. And let's keep working our way. Emergency exit lights are armed and guarded. Seatbelt signs. We are fueled. You always want to make sure these are only set when during refuel. or after refuel is complete. No smoking, portable device assigned, a 10 button to press. Getting ready to roll, folks. Getting ready to roll. All right. Window heat all gets turned on. Okay. Probes stay in the auto position. Wing and anti-ice is off or as needed. We certainly do not need them here in Phoenix, Arizona today. That is for sure. All right. Electric hydraulic pumps can now get turned on. Coming up to the packs. Packs be in the auto position. It's funny that one was and one wasn't. Interesting. Isolation valve is open. Okay. Good. APU bleed is off and engine bleed switches are on. All right, let's set our cruise altitude and the pressurization. We're going to 34,000 feet. Landing elevation is basically sea level, but we're going to go ahead and kick it at 100 feet. Okay, looking good. All right, let's start the APU. Let's make sure that aft fuel pump is on. And it does turn on automatically, I believe. But now we'll monitor the APU for engine start. I'm going to go ahead and turn. Let's keep moving forward here. All right, flight directors. Get turned on. Initial runway heading. That's actually a good question. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. KPHX taxi chart. All right, what did we say? We're coming out of runway 25 right, 260 degrees. All right. We have all of our panels matched up. Flight director show as main. Flight directors on both sides are on. Course, heading, and course on captain's side all match with the initial departure course. All right. So we've got our initial climb altitude. Let's step downstairs for a minute. Auto brakes to RTO.
Port information
Oops.
uniform 2205 Zulu. Wind 230 at timer, gusts 15. Visibility 10.
Ugh. Okay. I will admit, that is an awful sound. Let's go back to the pilot. Map set. Plan set. I think we're ready, guys. We're just about there. All right, so the flight deck is ready to roll. Auto brake is set. Barometric pressure. Systems. All right, more pre-flight, but we do want to set the parking brake. Let's get that locked into place for ground crew. All right. All right, let's get pushed back. So let's get in here and let's get the gate away. Oop, FS action, ground surfaces. Before I do that, APU should be ready. Let's get the APU gen on. And we can now clear the ground power. Ground power is disconnecting. We will also release the jetway. Why were the stairs there? Sometimes this thing trips me out, dude. like a little bug going on there. There it goes. Alright, it's out of here. Okay, cool. Little hiccups, nothing crazy. Hey, I'll take that. Alright, and now for our pushback. Let's see, we're wanting 2.5 right, so if I'm not mistaken, we want to go tail left.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Let's get the rest of our fuel pumps on. Anti-collision lights on. Strobe and steady.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment.
We're going to
is
start with the
removed.
right engine.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft. Standing by for pushback.
Oh, crap. We should probably contact ground and get permission. Phoenix ground, Southwest 2310, ready for push and start.
Southwest 2310, Phoenix ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Face south, Southwest 2310. Alright, we're ready. Let's do this.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay. Cleared for push start.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Ooh, forgot about the bleed switch. I do it every time. I forgot about the bleed switch. Oh, is that the right one? Yep. I always forget the damn bleed switch. Always.
All aircraft be advised information. Victor now current altimeter 2961.
And the packs are on. Damn it. I know what I did. I got wrapped up in ATC. Alright, hold. Oh no, I turned the packs off. Let's flip them off anyway. Here it comes though, you can hear it.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake. Please set parking brakes.
Parking brakes set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
All right, let's get that into continuous. Now that I have my crap together. Hey, you know what? If only you had a guide that you could have been watching that would have told you, hey, dumbass, you're not doing things the way you're supposed to. Yeah, right. Shame on me. Flaps 5 achieved. And we will be turning on the tracking, head tracking just a second here. Alright, both engines good to go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut the APU down. Both engines in continuous. Packs back to auto. APU bleed off. No orange lights, clear panel. Beautiful. All right. And I think we're ready for taxi at this point. Let's go back through our checklist here, make sure I got everything. Probe heat, we can leave them in the auto position. I'm not going to flip them on. Flaps 5 are set. Taxi's on, we're ready to roll. Let's get taxied out of here. Phoenix ground, Southwest 2310, ready for taxi.
Southwest 2310, runway 25 right taxi via 6, Delta 12, Echo, Echo 13.
Taxi runway 25 right via 6, Delta 12, Echo, Echo 13, Southwest 2310. Alright.
Southwest 2310, contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er.
Contact Tower 20.9er, Southwest 2310. We'll wait till we get a little closer. Why isn't the parking brake letting go? I've had to do this before. There it goes. Alright. Sometimes you have to use the keyboard command. I don't know why. I've had that happen to me before. Alright, let's go. Phoenix Tower, Southwest 2310, approaching runway 25 right, ready for departure.
Phoenix ground, Southwest 2310. Contact tower when at runway hold point.
Fair enough. You're the one who told me to do it. I'm kidding. I should have known that. Phoenix Tower, Southwest 2310, holding short runway 25 right.
Phoenix ground, Southwest 2310. Contact tower for departure clearance.
Oh, I haven't switched, idiot. Helps when you select the right frequency. Now let's talk to the right people. Phoenix Tower, Southwest 2310, holding short runway 25 right, ready for departure.
Southwest 2310, Phoenix Tower, wind 260 at 10, gust 15. Our nav to Wilco, runway 25 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Southwest 2310.
No. Southwest 2310, cleared for takeoff, runway 25 right.
That's what I said. Cleared for takeoff, runway 25 right, Southwest 2310. It's because I didn't say the runway. She got mad. Alright. Let's make sure we're stable. Oh, wait. Okay. Lock and load. Airspeed alive. Cross check.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Southwest 2310, contact Phoenix departure.
Contact Phoenix departure, Southwest 2310. Phoenix departure, Southwest 2310, climbing past 3,000.
Southwest 2310, Phoenix departure. Good afternoon, radar contact. Climb, maintain 17,000.
Climb and maintain 17,000. Southwest 2310. So we're going to hope that our nav data being out of date doesn't bite us in the face. We are on track to where they wanted us to be. So we'll see what happens. Let's go flaps up. Weird doing this from this side. There we go. We're good. It'll scare you there for a minute. We got it. Auto brakes now go to off. Engine start switches go to off. Taxi light off. Gear handle off. Flaps retracted. We're good. There we go. It's one of my favorite views is the wing views, like everybody else, right? So EyeTracker, you guys, I gotta tell you, is probably the best head tracking service that's out there. It's the most easiest to use. The webcam that I'm using is the same one that you guys are seeing here on the video where you're seeing my face.
Southwest 2310, contact Albuquerque Center 125.4.
Contact Albuquerque Center 25.4, Southwest 2310. Thank you. Have a good day.
Negative Albuquerque Center on 125.4.
125.4 for Southwest 2310. Albuquerque Center, Southwest 2310 for 17,000.
Southwest 2310, Albuquerque Center, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Southwest 2310. That's the other nice thing about this thing, all of this, is that we can sort of hang out, enjoy some of the views, you know what I mean? Makes it a bit nicer. We'll lock that head camera now. Really good time. It was really fun. Pretty good flight. Couple little hiccups, but like I said, it's been over a year, I think, since I've flown this aircraft. And again, had I just paid attention to my own guide, those things probably wouldn't have happened, but rebel to the end.
125.25.
Contact Albuquerque Center 125.25, Southwest 2310. I have no idea what our current altitude is, so I should probably get there. Oh, hey. There we go. Albuquerque Center, Southwest 2310 at flight level 250.
Southwest 2310, Albuquerque Center, roger.
No, my name is Mike. Oops. Good stuff, man. Alright guys, so we are up at our cruise altitude. We are going to be looking shortly after Monroe is when we'll be making our top of descent. So we're sort of just hanging out, bouncing between centers. As we get closer to LA, we'll probably get a switch off here to Los Angeles Center pretty quick. But yeah, we're sort of just hanging tight for a little bit until we get to our top of descent. So once we get close to top of descent and it comes time to enter that information in, I'll see you guys shortly. Stick around. Expect the Hollywood run for runway 24 right for Southwest 2310. Alright, let's go ahead and start taking a look at our approach information. So we're going to doing a flaps 30 approach. That's all configured. Good. ILS is already there, 251. A little early for the course, but we'll drop it into the box. Okay. And we're going to start setting our descent altitude so that way we're ready to roll when it's time. We'll start at 20,000 just so when we get permission, she's ready to go. I just like playing with it now. Let's go back to the legs page. There we go. We'll wait for the destination data. Looks like we're 81 nautical miles to top of descent. Let's going to be just a bit. Catch you guys in a few. All right, we are getting close to our top of descent. Let's see where we're at. 20 miles. It's getting nice close. I got to tell you guys, this is like the ultimate setup right now. Got my Beam EyeTracker that works absolutely fantastic. Oh, I have those axes disabled. That's why that didn't work. I forgot about that. So we got the Beam EyeTracker. We got the WinWing configuration. We got the BeyondATC. This has been a phenomenal experience. And incoming.
Southwest 2310, descend via Hollywood 1 arrival, Los Angeles Airport landing runway 24 right, altimeter 29er84.
Descend via the Hollywood 1 arrival to Los Angeles Airport landing on runway 25 or 24 right, altimeter 29er.84, Southwest 2310. Surprised they liked the .84. So we're all set up for our top of descent. As soon as we hit it, the aircraft will automatically begin descending, so we're good there. So I will I'll catch you guys as we get close, probably when we get handed off to approach, because from here it's just watching the aircraft go. We've got everything set up, initial target altitudes. The aircraft's going to honor all the altitude restrictions as we go down through the flight plan, and be short and sweet. Alright, just to give us a little bit better of descent though, we'll go route data. Let's request the winds on the descent. That does not seem to be working for me today. That kind of sucks. Oh well. Let's see if I can get it from the descent page. Oops, wrong one. There it goes. Alright, down we go. Alright guys, so I had to put us into vertical speed mode I missed our top of descent. I walked away for a second, and then I was playing around with it and came out of VNAV. So I am now in vertical speed, catching us back up to where we need to be as far as our approach here goes. So not too bad. I think now we can come back into VNAV, let the aircraft take over the descent. Here we need to be between flight levels 190 and 240. I've also set our target altitude down to 10,000 feet now. So we're back on track, letting the aircraft take over, do what it does best. But I was pretty high. Again, playing around with things, I accidentally took us out of VNAV so the aircraft wouldn't automatically descend when we passed through our stuff. So anyway, we're going to do a couple steps ups here. We're going to set our RTO to auto brake 3. Nothing too crazy. Drag required. Let's go ahead and engage some speed brake. Trying to reach speeds of 240 knots, so we're going to help it along with those speed brakes. We'll see how that goes. ILS 111.7. Let's go ahead and get that set. Nope. There we go. Get locked into both here. Cool. There's Seaview looking good. Coming up on 18,000 feet. We're a little high still. So I'm going to go back into vertical speed. Make the target 210 knots, not necessarily because I need it yet, just more or less setting it to what I need. Altimeter set. And we should be cleared in to Los Angeles approach soon. Oops. I closed our guide on accident, but that's alright. I think we got it from here. Alright, we are now obviously at a point where we can turn our bank angle back to max. Let the aircraft turn as it wishes. Just want to make sure that we get on the approach the way we're supposed to. Should be at 10,000 feet by the time we hit the initial fix. Let's slow her down.
Southwest 2310, leave Cebu heading 260. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 2 for right.
Leave Cebu heading 260. Expect radar vectors for the visual approach runway 24 right.
Southwest 2310, contact SoCal approach 124.5.
Contact SoCal approach 124.5, Southwest 2310. SoCal approach, Southwest 2310 at 11,000.
Southwest 2310, SoCal approach, altimeter 2984, expect the visual approach, runway 24 right.
Altimeter 2984, expect the visual approach, runway 24 right.
Southwest 2310, descend, maintain 2,600 vectors for the approach.
Descend and maintain 2,600 vectors for the approach, Southwest 2310. Alright, so we've got flaps 5. Speed brakes are deployed. We're descending for 2,600 feet. We're going to reduce our descent rate. We're going to be vectored into the approach by ATC. Got us slowing down to 180 as we make on to the final turn here in a minute. Just waiting for ATC to bring us in. He was wrong about the altimeter. Oh, there it goes. 2981. We'll give him the 2984. We'll see what happens. Oops, too far. Speed brakes are armed. Honestly, I could probably speed us up quite a bit yet. But we'll let it ride. $1,000 to go for 2,600. I'll go ahead and kick us back up to 200 knots. We'll do 210. The sounds are phenomenal. I love the sounds. I believe the missed approach altitude is 2,000. Right over those mountains. Whew. That's awesome. Nope, we're good then. Where's my vectors, buddy? Come on, give me 251. I'm tearing it. Alright, that's LAA out in front of us. Let's start slowing ourselves down. We're going to do 133 plus 5. Oops.
Southwest 2310, airport is at your 12 o'clock, 15 miles. Report the field in sight.
How did I get so low in the view? Southwest 2310, field in sight.
Southwest 2310, cleared visual approach runway 24 right.
Come on. Cleared visual approach runway 24 right, Southwest 2310. Got myself a little too busy there for a second. That was uncomfortable. Alright, we're just going to go straight to landing configuration now. Alright, we're back on track. ILS is attached now. We're cleared for the visual, but I'm gonna let the ILS do its work. We're below glide slope. Glide slope's coming down. Alright, speed is corrected, approach mode selected. We're good. Now it's just a matter of bringing this mama in.
Southwest 2310, contact Los Angeles Tower 133.9er, see you.
Contact Tower 133.9, Southwest 2310. Thank you. Have a good day. Los Angeles Tower, Southwest 2310 on final approach for runway 24 right.
Southwest 2310, Los Angeles Tower, wind 250 at 1 tree, gusts 19er, runway 24 right, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 24 right, Southwest 2310. Alright, it's home stretch from here, folks. I hate that it does that. I hate that it does that. That's a shame. That'll work. I'll take that. Oh, what happened? Ah, it did work. That was cool. This is an epic no-no approach, guys. Oh, I hate it that I did that. We're gonna recover this. We should be doing a go around, in case you're wondering. Like, I want you to know that I recognize this should be a go around. Come on, baby.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
We need that sync rate, buddy. We need that sync rate, buddy.
Sync rate. Pull up. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate.
Yeah, we got this.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
We're gonna leave those spoilers out. Ready for this?
100.
Ready for this?
Sync rate.
50. 30. 10.
Come on. Yes, I engaged the reversers before we landed. Don't do that.
Southwest 2310, exit left at Bravo Bravo.
Exit left at Bravo Bravo, Southwest 2310.
Southwest 2310, contact ground 121.65.
Damn it. What was that? Contact ground 121.65, Southwest 2310. There. Gosh. Los Angeles ground, Southwest 2310 at Bravo Bravo 25 right, or 24 right.
Los Angeles ground, Southwest 2310. You are currently at Bravo Bravo 25 right.
That's what I said. Requesting taxi to gate, Southwest 2310.
Southwest 2310, welcome to Los Angeles. Stay parking or advise if need assignment.
We're going to need an assignment.
Southwest 2310, say again gate number.
Let's do gate 18 Bravo.
Southwest 2310, gate 18 Bravo taxi via Alpha Alpha. Hold short runway 24 left.
Taxi gate 1 Alpha Bravo via Alpha Alpha, hold short runway 24 left. We are currently holding short 24 left.
Southwest 2310, cross runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha Alpha. Echo Delta 8 Delta.
Cross runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha, continue taxi via Alpha Alpha, Echo Delta 8 Delta. Southwest 2310.
Negative, cross runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha and continue taxi via Alpha Alpha.
That is what
Echo
I said,
Delta
bro.
8 Delta.
Cross runway 24 left at Alpha Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha Alpha, Echo Delta 8 Delta. Southwest 2310. There, like that one. Alright guys, well that is going to be it for today's flight. I hope you guys at least found that amusing. Don't do that kind of a landing. But I figured, you know what, we did everything else by the book. Let's go ahead and have some fun at the end, and we did. I'm not going to lie, I had a good time with that. It was kind of fun. We pulled it off at the end. We floated a little bit, but I didn't drop it like a piano. We actually had a pretty good landing once I hit where we needed to be. It was pretty smooth, to be honest. But that was some theatrical, you know, Paramount status landing there. So anyways, as always guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you had a lot of fun watching it. I certainly had fun making it. As always, stay safe and healthy. I'll see you in the next one.